really gonna stall right now because I was not planning on having drive time dialectic today. I think this is like the second Friday in a row, or the second Friday in as many weeks where I've said I wasn't planning on having a drive time dialectic, but here we sit. And if you are just tuning in because of the title, and you've never heard of me before, I'm TC. I'm the host and founder, originator, showrunner, producer, engineer, and all around I don't man about town for the MBRR podcast, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment podcast. And so here we sit, doing a drive time dialectic at the last minute, and I really appreciate it. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you aren't getting notifications, make sure you're checking that bell icon to get notifications. And if you are subscribed, hey Jugglasses, thanks for stopping in. Hope you're sharing it out like I know you always do. But this one's I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. I really was not planning on doing this tonight. I have been busy all damn week. I had Monday night, I had Tuesday night, I had a Wednesday night, I had something that I recorded last night, was planning on taking today off, and here we sit because cops just keep on giving. And for those of you, as I was saying, that have been here for a while and you are subscribers but you're not channel members, look for the join icon somewhere below the description of this video, which doesn't have much of a description because I just put this together at the last second. But look for the join icon and pick a level of membership, as I've been telling everybody. Well, thank you, Jugglasses, for that. Hey, Cody. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Jugglasses is a very, very kind comment, and I can't really read everything real well. But yeah, anywho, yeah, I'm looking for a show producer, somebody to do show producer credit on my channel memberships. So take a look at the join option and do that. So now let's get down to it. If you guys are just tuning in, like I was saying, I wasn't planning on doing a show tonight or anything at all today. I was going to go home and mow my yard. I left work a little early and stopped at Trader Joe's in Rochester, Minnesota. And as I'm walking up, I see a car parked right in front of the front entrance of an SUV, a smaller size SUV, right in front of the front entrance of the Trader Joe's in Rochester, right? And then there was another car behind it. And at first I looked and I couldn't really see anything. I had my shades on, as I often do this time of year. My prescription shades, because gosh damn it, I'm an old man. I'm a very old man. I'm surprised no one's commented that I'm always repping my merch when I'm doing these. But so I walk around and I look and I see 4 people on the side of this little white SUV, and you guys are going to be disappointed. I have video, but I don't have great video, but the audio is more telling than the video, and we're going to get there. So I see 4 people gathered around the back side, or the back passenger side door. There is an elderly woman sitting on the ground, and there's 2 people about my age squat down next to her, and an older gentleman who I learned later on was her husband, hovering around. And it turns out that she got out of the vehicle and he thought she was clear, and he backed up and ran over her ankle and pinned her leg, knocked her down and pinned her leg underneath the vehicle. And these people, who I actually ended up knowing, have known for years, didn't recognize them at first, happened to be there when it happened, were able to come and render some aid. And when I got there, the the husband of the couple that I know was on the phone already with emergency services saying, yeah, I think an ambulance would be a very good idea. She was pinned. Long story short, we're talking, trying to help her feel comfortable. You know, I'm trying to use some of my military medical training that I had years ago and all of the medical training and trauma response training that I had as a deputy, trying to go, okay, how severe is this? What's really going on? Can we assess what's happening here? Staff from Trader Joe's comes out. We eventually cut her leg free, not her leg. We don't cut her leg, but she, at this point, it had been situated where they were able to free her ankle or her foot from underneath the vehicle where she was sitting, and yet her sweatpants were still caught tightly underneath the tire with full weight of the rear tire on her sweatpant leg. So we cut that free so we could get her leg out, and she definitely, there was some edema, some pretty major swelling in comparison to her left leg. And after talking for a few minutes, Rochester's finest, Rochester, Minnesota's police department showed up on scene. Now, I know that medical services was called and an ambulance was requested, and I do know that it's pretty common practice for, you know, the police department to be the first on scene in situations like this. But here's what pisses me off, okay? The first cop on scene, Rochester Police Department, walks up, comes over, doesn't offer to take over, help with rendering aid or seeing if there's anything that he can do. He immediately asks the victim, not of a crime, victim of the small accident, for ID. Not even kidding you. Cops see civilians rendering aid, and his first response is to ask the victim for ID. Not joking. She's in pain. She's already identified to the citizens on scene that she's in pain. She's distraught. She's not crying or screaming, but she's very distraught. She's very upset. She keeps telling everybody she's fine. We keep telling her, look, we're not comfortable with you leaving. We want you to stay here and at least be assessed by medical services, by, you know, EMTs, EMS. Please just, you know, be patient with us for that. And his response is to ID the victim. What the actual French freaking toast, Rochester Police Department? You ask for a driver's license from the person who was hit by the car. Now, to make matters worse, it's on private property, mind you. Yes, emergency medical services was called, or were called. Yes, RPD was the first on scene. No, they didn't offer any aid. So then they ID the driver, the husband, who feels terrible. He feels absolutely terrible. They have a duty to make sure he wasn't inebriated. They have a duty to make sure that he wasn't intoxicated. They have a duty to make sure that he wasn't in any kind of duress, psychological break or fugue or anything like that. I get it. For ID. Sorry, I wasn't planning this, and the route home that causes me to have spotty reception in a couple. So anyway, it gave me time to take a deep breath and calm down as well. So after he IDs the driver, the husband of the woman who was pinned, and the husband feels terrible, the wife feels terrible. So really what you have is it wasn't a tragic accident, because nobody, you know, there was no severe, well, you know, there was no loss of life because a Minnesota State Trooper wasn't involved. But the two people that were involved both feel like crap. They both just feel terrible, right? So the cop begins to ask the husband, can you tell me what happened? And he's older, I'd say probably late 70s, early 80s, maybe in there somewhere. And the husband's saying, yeah, this is what, you know, I did. I meant to put it in drive, and I accidentally put it in reverse. And he said, but as far as what happened, you'd have to ask her. And I'm not kidding you. This calloused, crackhead cop says, I didn't ask her, I'm asking you what happened. No compassion, no sense of, hey, there's probably not a crime here. No sense of any understanding at all that there's just a way for him to handle this without being a cop. Not even kidding. There's just no grasp of the reality that you could treat this man completely different. Like it, and I'm sitting here, and I had, by this point, of course, gotten my cell phone out. My initial response was not to record. I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy that goes by and sees something like this and immediately wants to get my camera out and record it instead of helping. I see things like this and I want to render aid. One, there were no cops on scene at the time. Two, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to render aid. And the protected surf people show up on scene. I don't even get my phone out immediately then either, because I'm trying to render aid. And so it's only when I hear him starting to ask everybody for ID that I'm like, oh crap, he's going to ask everybody on scene for ID. They're going to ID everyone. And so I just keep my phone out, and it's kind of pointed all over, mostly because I wanted the audio of what was going on. And then if they would have come up to me, I would have made sure the camera was out and evident for him to see. But then we backed off as soon as the fire department showed up, and they came in and expressed a desire to do what they were there for. And so I said, I'm going to back off, and I kept my phone out and I kept recording. Well, the other gentleman, from the couple that I've known for a very long time, one of the officers pulls him aside and asks for his ID. But off in the corner, and I don't believe I picked it up with my cell phone camera, I heard one of them go, "Don't talk to that guy." Now, first of all, I did not interject and tell anybody not to talk to the cops in that situation. One, they're all adults, they can make up their own minds. I have a very firm policy of not involving myself in other people's interactions with cops. In other words, if a person wants to voluntarily talk to a cop, that's on them. And what I observed of how the cop treated the older gentleman, and the fact that his first response was to, ID the victim, ID her husband, and there again, I'm not using victim in a criminal sense, of the tragic, or the bad accident. It wasn't even bad, it was just an accidental, just ran over her foot and pinned her. But of this accident, they ID'd her, then they ID'd him. Then the cop grills him like it's a criminal investigation. That's exactly what it was like. And I even said something to this couple when they were all done talking, and I said, we didn't need a criminal investigation, we just needed medical services. And so I don't, like, you're not going to be, you're going to not be excited, for one, because I don't have any action that you can really see on the video when I put it up. But I'm going to ask you guys to make sure you come back and look for it and listen in particular. I'm going to try and really isolate the audio of the husband being grilled. And it's a very short clip that I caught. I had to go back and listen to it to make sure I got it. But it's a very short clip of the cop asking the husband for ID, or not even an ID part, but I didn't ask her, I'm asking you. I'm pissed about it. I am, because he was treating him in just a very crass and rude way, and I can't take it anymore. I'm just done. I'm fed up, and I lost the chat. I can't see anything in the chat right now, so if you guys are asking questions or saying things, I'm not ignoring you. Please know that. But I'm done. I can't handle it. I'm like, there's no compassion in most cops anymore. None. There's like just none. Just no compassion left in these sons of bitches. There a few, yeah. You know, obviously I've had some videos of them being very kind and good here as of late, but there's just no compassion left in a lot of them, and it's just sickening. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done. So be looking for that. I might try to get that video out yet tonight, or maybe even tomorrow morning sometime. I was gonna mow tonight, but it's already 5:30, so I'm just gonna do my workout, and then I've got nothing going on tomorrow or Sunday. So I think I'm gonna do the video tomorrow. And you guys want to see the chickens? You want to see the chickens? I haven't seen the chickens for a while. Here we go. Maybe. Here we go. They come running out to say hi when they see me come in. Yep, see? See them? They're very excited when I come home. I'm glad somebody's excited to see me. But yeah, I'm not kidding. Asked the victim, asked her husband, asked one of the other witnesses for ID, grilled the husband, and then off in the corner I heard, "Don't talk to that guy." You think they know who I am? And whatever happened to being human? These bastards have no sense of humanity anymore. I'm over it. So, just wanted to vent to you guys a little bit. And this one isn't terribly long. So I hope that you all had a great Friday. And I'm looking forward to putting that video out and seeing if you guys can hear what I heard. So, my friends, until next time, fight for your freedom, it is yours. Fight for your liberty, it belongs to you. And Sic Semper Tyrannis.